You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. If you're a smoker or dipper looking to make a change, you really only need one reason to do it. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you can find many. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch. It's made with only 6 simple ingredients. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Learn more about Zyn and find your reason to make a change by registering online at Zyn.com.
That's right. It's time for Thursday Thunder, and it's brought to you by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you'll hear all about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Tony, what do you got?
All right, guys. NFL, we've got a big game tonight that feels like it should be a Sunday night game, not a Thursday night game, but that's neither here nor there.
I think it's here and there. You've declared it a double statement game.
It is. It's an absolute double statement game, Dan, because the Bengals don't look now are one of the hottest teams in the league. Joe Burrow's playing at an MVP level. If you put his stats against blind stats against any other quarterback in the league right now, you're like, oh, wow, that guy is far and away the MVP. I think he's like 15 touchdowns, 3 picks or something like that on the season. He's playing awesome. The Ravens, if they can beat the Bengals in this double statement game, it's a statement win for them, beating one of the hottest teams in the NFL. If the Bengals beat the Ravens tonight, that means, you know what? Bengals are back. So it is a double statement game. So we've got cooked up a little longer of a parlay this week. Usually we do a 3-leg parlay this week. We're doing a 4-leg parlay for Thursday Thunder.
Really?
Yeah.
This is aggressive.
But they're correlated. Okay? So we look at...
We're no good at the 3-teamers. Let's try more.
Yeah, correct. Now you get it. What's the definition of insanity, Dan?
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different
Exactly.
result.
So we're going to do something different to mix it up, get us back, get the mojo going. Bengals defense, not good. We already know that. Ravens defense, sneaky, not that good, right? Jameis Winston carved them up a couple of games ago. This is a offensive game right now. We're going Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, both of the quarterbacks, over 250 on the...
All the overs you're taking.
On the air.
A high
over 250.
Game.
Yep, over 250 through the air between Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. And then their #1 receivers, Jamar Chase, who's been playing awesome this year. Zay Flowers, been very good this year. Both of them over 80 yards receiving.
Good God.
So we got quarterbacks over 250, #1 wide receivers over 80. That gives you a beautiful plus 700 on DraftKings Sportsbook for tonight's game.
Okay, 4-team parlay.
Four-leg parlay.
Fireworks on a Thursday.
Yeah.
We have a slight correction. The definition of insanity is the state of being seriously mentally ill. Madness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like me, the Joker. And also, that quote that you have never really happened. It's attributed to Einstein, but there's no evidence that he ever said it.
Well, Dan, congrats. You said it. That means we're attributing it to you. Thank you, Dan.
I did,
Dan
but
claims
it's
it.
evidently it's fake news. It is not something that's actual philosophy of any kind. But since Tony got us started off with football, allow us to do a couple of football-related things with Tony. We have not gotten to his football top 5 this week. Let's do that with the different music. Oh, you forgot?
Well,
You're looking around.
We
You don't
can do the
know.
analog version.
No, well,
Wait
wait a minute. That's not what it sounds like at all, though. That is just, it sounds like,
Hey!
yeah. I don't, okay.
There
it is.
Dan, we're on it.
Vida Loca.
Hey! That's a different segment. All right, Tony's Top 5, as usual, sponsored by the Haters. Thank you, Haters, for sponsoring all the things that we do and making all the things beautiful. We'll start in the OLI, Dan, because last week we didn't really do a Tony's Top 5. We got brushed under the rug. I'm not here to be upset about it. No biggie.
Okay, but now you're just going to stuff both top 5s into one top 5?
No. I would not do that.
Because Amin's got a top 5, too, that we can do.
That's another top 5 I'm very excited about because we spoke about that off air. But OLI #1.
Can you guys keep your off-air conversations off-air and stop telling us on-air that you had off-air conversations?
Give credit where credit's due, Dan.
We're just trying to talk.
I don't know why you guys need to keep crediting each other for this information that you're embargoing.
No
that's not that
talking.
interesting.
OLI
when you
#1.
reveal it.
How have the Ravens lost 3 games?
It's a good question.
Buzzsaw team, and it's like I look at the loss column,
Yeah.
3 losses. I'm like,
It's
huh.
weird, yeah.
Interesting. OLI #2. I know it's after a loss, but I still feel a heartbeat on this Miami Dolphins team. There's a bit of a heartbeat there, Dan.
That's an asinine
He's not.
thing
They're
to
not
say.
dead yet.
How many
They're
hearts?
Not dead yet.
How many hearts do Dolphins have?
Heart of hearts.
I think one. But this one's got a.
That's like in the movies,
Mm-hmm.
Dan, when they're like, the person's dead, there's nothing we can do. And we start walking away, but then the machine goes, beep. I'm like, wait, what was that?
All right, so if they run off a 9-game winning streak,
I'm telling
Jessica's
you.
shaking her
we
face
killed the
at
heart
you.
in their chest, but the heart in their ass is still
Okay,
beating.
very good.
Still beating, Dano. All right, we'll get to number 5.
Got a towel for that.
We walk into your trap, and we take your trap. No cap. Falcons rising up just the right time.
You sure about that?
I am definitely sure about that. Even though Drake London's hurt, but that's
It's
not.
just because of Kirk Cousins. That's it. They're
From the
mean-
celebration? Wasn't that him?
No, he landed. No, he landed on his hip, and
But then he got up, did a celebration, and then left the game. with
you
an
know how it
injury.
is.
Don't police someone's joy even if it
Exactly.
injures them.
What are we doing?
Kevin Durant.
Number 4, Saquon pushing the limits on human athleticism. I know we talked about it throughout the week. It's Thursday, I get that. But can you imagine taking Saquon Barkley and switching him with like Jim Brown and then putting him in like 1960s era football and what those people would be like, this guy's not human. Where'd this guy come from?
I feel like Jim Brown was Saquon Barkley during that time, and it's why nobody can do anything with him.
And then take Saquon Barkley and put him back there. He'd just be back hopping over everybody the entire time.
A guy who's got a construction job that he leaves on Saturday overtime to get to Sunday's
Try
game
to tackle
Jim
Saquon
Brown.
Barkley.
Yes, that would be hard to do.
Number 3. Quietly, the Chargers are 5-3 and playing good ball.
Yeah, nobody believes in the Chargers. Yeah, they're great.
Defensively,
They're very good.
No one believed in Justin Herbert.
he was hurt at the beginning of the season, but they're getting back on.
The Chargers are allowing 12 points a game. Nobody's noticed.
You're saying it too loud.
Sorry.
Nobody believed in Harbaugh.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how to whisper.
5-3. Also, you heard about it earlier. Quietly, Bengals 4-5. Joe Burrow looking like the MVP.
Well, but you already said that loudly.
but
Said that so loud.
You said it loud.
But that part-
you can't
but that
tell
part
a
was-
secret after you
Tony's
said
got a
it
great
loud.
whisper.
But that
I
part
could listen to that all day.
Thank you. That part was quiet.
So good, Stugotz. Number 2.
Number 2, the Chiefs have won 2 Super Bowls between Daniel Jones' most recent 2 passing touchdowns at MetLife Stadium.
Jesus Christ.
What happened?
So we had a Daniel Jones touchdown, then we had 2 Chiefs Super Bowls, then we had another Daniel Jones
Jesus Christ.
touchdown
Yeah,
passing
it's a
at
long time.
MetLife. That's
a long
yeah.
time.
We paid him and let Saquon walk.
Right, correct. What if you take Daniel Jones back to the 1960s? Best player on the planet.
Do I need to make Tony listen to all the shows to make sure that his top 5s don't have repeat material from other shows?
Not
Because
fair. It's
if-
Thursday.
I know, but if you come
The
with
schedule is not my fault, Dan. I come out with these Sunday night as I'm doing Sunday Night Live. By the way, watch that after your NFL games on Sunday. I do them Sunday night, and then I get scheduled
Yeah.
on Thursday.
Okay.
What do you want me to do? You want me to not do it?
He's absolutely right, by the way.
What do you want me to do?
They can be updated though, and you can listen to the shows.
You guys going to do double the work because he doesn't know what the schedule is?
I want him to edit his
So who
copy
said that?
so that he's paying as much attention to the show as the listener who cares to hear his opinion on things.
Number 1, nobody's going to have this one. You ready? I don't think any Cuban after 1959 has said this aloud, but I'm about to say it.
Oh, boy.
Dan, I'm a really big fan of what the commies are doing. Really big fan.
Yeah, everybody seems to be watching.
Did somebody else
what
have that take?
Commies in Washington, I did not have as something
Okay, just
that
making
would
sure.
work in 2024, but I think a lot of people are big fans of that. Thank you. Chris, head on a swivel. I don't think you have music for Amin's top 5, but if you did, it's top 5 white athletes with black names. I don't know why it is he wants to do this. He's been telling me all show that he wants to do it. I don't know where it started. I think, was there something that came up on a television screen
Yeah.
in here that distracted you during the first hour of the show?
Yeah, so the quarterback for Georgia Tech is named Haynes King, but he's white. And so
What?
Yeah, so it got my mind going. I was like, oh, what are the other athletes who have names that if you've never seen them, you say, oh, that's a black athlete. But then you see him like, oh my God, this guy's white. So Are we waiting for a bed music or?
I think this is Bill Simmons invented this game. It's the Reggie Cleveland All-Stars, correct? Is that not the original playing of this game, which is Khalil Green was a shortstop for the Padres as well? Do I have this wrong? The Reggie Cleveland
No,
All-Stars?
you got it right, Dan. You got it right. We're trying to do something here.
Sorry, we don't listen to Bill Simmons.
All right. Yeah, I don't. So I wouldn't know, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, I just want to give proper credit if we're stealing an idea.
Oh, now we're giving credit. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
if nobody knows, then you don't have to give credit.
That's correct. Thank you, Izzy. Thank you. If it's just something that Tony said in your ear, you don't have to give him credit for that as something given only to your ear.
I think Izzy was saying if nobody knows of the original game, then he doesn't have to give it credit. What were you saying, Izzy?
I'm right about everything. Let's just keep going.
Just don't use a tier maker, because if you do, the world is going to end.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Well, no, but Jessica's got a Lord of the Rings tier maker.
Stolen. Stolen.
But she's gotten a lot of applause for
I came
that.
up with that on my. I don't know what you're talking about. That was my idea that I came up with on my own. By the way, the reaction. Thank you for bringing it up, Dan. The feedback from the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power tiers was. I just want to give a heartfelt thank you to everyone who listened, commented. It was overwhelmingly
a real community.
positive.
The internet could be a positive place on very rare occasions.
My soul. And a lot of people really hate that show, and I understand why. I didn't love it all either, but they did like Justice Tears. So maybe we'll have a new Justice Tears next week, because people really like that I came up with that idea, and I might do it again.
We can give you tiers every day. I'll give you liberal tiers on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday. We'll give you Jessica's tiers, and now we've got the Reggie Cleveland All-Stars as brought to you by Amin.
I don't want to call it that, because then it seems like I did.
It's the Haynes King All-Stars.
Yeah,
Dan.
Haynes King.
Is he playing on Saturday?
Wait to see.
Okay.
A lot of people are going to be surprised when the quarterback of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, Haynes King, ends up being white.
Yep.
I also feel like it's safer for Amin to do this list than Bill Simmons.
It was a different time back then. Where white guys could say, well, guess what? That time is back. All right, hit the music. Thank you very much. All right. We're going to start with some OLIs, Dan, as we usually do. Right? OLI, Quincy Armstrong. Hall of Famer in the NFL. Also, Tai Long. Hunter, remember him? And then another OLI for you, Ron Baker. Wichita State.
Ron Baker's a good one.
Ron Baker is good because I tell you, hey, he's the leading scorer at Wichita State. What do you think he looks like? His name is Ron Baker. It's not that mop of blonde hair.
Yep. All right, here we go. Number 5, Curtis Painter.
I love Curtis Painter.
Remember him, backup quarterback?
Not only do I remember him, that Colts team, I think, was close to winless, and when he took the field for the first time, I thought he was black. Like, that's a thing that actually happened. I did not know.
All the way up until him running out onto the field.
Yeah, until he dropped back to pass, and I saw him throw the ball, I did not know that he was white.
Was it the Curtis or the Painter there?
It's both. It's both. Curtis for sure.
Painter gives off white to me.
Painter? No way. Curtis Painter? That's a black guy. That's a black guy who leads the MAC in scoring in basketball.
Put it on the poll, by the way.
Curtis Baker,
in 1998.
6'5" power forward.
Painter, not Baker. That's Ron Baker.
Curtis Painter.
Curtis Painter.
Curtis Painter. Number 4, Levon Kendall. Played for Pitt basketball. He's Canadian.
I might have gone Hispanic there.
Levon Kendall.
Yeah, Kendall said Spanglish the way you
He's
say it.
here from Miami. That's why they call him Kendall.
Hold on. Levon spelled Levon.
Yeah, well, that changes.
That's black.
Yeah,
that's a black name, folks.
Yeah, but you didn't pronounce it that way. You're
Levon.
right. Yes, you're right.
Number 3, Khalil Green. Won't spend too much time on him because apparently somebody else did this list.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin it for you. It's a good one.
Number 2, and I remember the day I found this out. It was on this show. Freddie Freeman.
I see how you would think that guy was black.
That's a black name, Freddie Freeman.
And great at a party, too.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to say that he's black. I'm saying that's a guy that's the life of the party that he walks into just because his name is Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman hosts the party, and he's on the grill. You walk in the house, you in the backyard, he's got the...
Freddie!
Kiss the chef. He's got the spatula in one hand. He's got a beer in the other. And he tells everybody, hey, you got to grab a cold ones from the fridge.
A lot of teeth.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman.
Everybody loves Freddie's parties.
And then, number 1, it's the reason why we're doing this list, Haynes King.
Well, That's not the way you play the game. You don't name.
Well, number 1 was Khalil Green originally, but then you fucked that up. So then I had to rearrange.